Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority app guy, and welcome back to Android Apps Weekly. This is episode number 162, so let's get started. Google Play has updated their metadata rules to help applications be more user-friendly. Some of the new rules include a carpet ban on nudity, violence, vulgar language, and drug use. Along with the new rules, Google has released a new set of guidelines for applications to follow. Some of those include a higher focus on what makes an application special, less keyword stuffing, and a focus on making the content suitable for a general audience. These rules have already gone live. The Elder Scrolls Legends was briefly available in the Google Play Store this week. Its upload was a mistake according to the developers. It's actually a tablet test version of the game. For those who don't know, Legends is a card dueling game similar to Hearthstone or Clash Royale, the difference being that this takes place in the Elder Scrolls universe. It's still available on PC and has been for a while if you want to check it out. Google revealed the winners of their 2016 Material Design Awards this week. There are a few categories including charming engagement, focused efficiency, expressive layouts, creative navigation, and brand infusion. The winners of those categories were Fabulous, Airbnb, Kitchen Stories, C Channel, and Asana, respectively. Everyone will officially receive their awards at the Span LA conference later this month. So get this, Candy Crush is going to get a TV show. Reports say that the show will feature teams of two people who will be running around on a giant interactive game board in order to play Candy Crush. It'll be aired on CBS and co-produced by Lionsgate. It'll also appear during the daytime around the same time as The Price is Right. There's no word yet on when it'll air, but it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Google's Pixel launcher was officially launched in the Google Play Store this week. The good news is that it's there. The bad news is that you won't be able to download it unless you have a Pixel device. This is very similar to how Google did it with the Google Launcher a couple of years ago. Thus, it'll be a surprise if this doesn't show up on more devices eventually. For now, it's a good sign that it's in the Play Store, and Pixel owners will certainly get updates faster this way. MarsBot is the latest application out of the developers of Foursquare. This is a simple chatbot that keeps an eye on where you're going and tries to recommend stuff that you might like. Unlike Google Assistant, which resides inside of Allo for most people, MarsBot just sends you actual text messages. That means you can communicate with it on whatever SMS application that you happen to be using. It uses quite a bit of battery if left to its own devices, but it otherwise appears to work pretty well. It's worth a shot if you're into that sort of thing. The Bug Butcher is the latest game out of Noodle Cake Studios. This is an action shooter where your job is to kill lots of bugs. The bugs also happen to be gigantic, deadly, and numerous. On top of that, the mechanics are an ode to the old arcade shooter Super Peng, where you can only shoot upward. It's an action-packed experience with plenty of play and no in-app purchases. It is experiencing some early bugs, which should hopefully be ironed out over time. Surfy Browser is a fun little browser with a solid set of features. Its biggest features include security and privacy. Thus, you'll be able to lock your browser with a passcode to prevent people from getting into it and viewing your browsing history. You can also save sessions to lockable tiles so that you can pick up where you left off later, and it's still totally secure. It works well enough when it comes to performance, and it loaded every site that we threw at it. It is an early release, which means that there are likely bugs that you will find. It is totally free to try if you want to. Plants vs. Zombies Heroes is the latest game in the world-famous franchise. This one takes a more PvP perspective, and you'll be building teams of heroes that have various powers. You'll then be dueling them against other players. There is a campaign mode that you can play through, and there are several monsters that you can collect. It is a little bit of the same vein as PvP titles such as Hearthstone and Clash Royale, except without the heavy focus on card collecting. It's still not bad. Wallpapers is the other Google Pixel application that was released to the Google Play Store this week. Unlike Pixel Launcher, this one is available to pretty much everyone. Contained within are all of the Google Pixel wallpapers that you can set as your home screen wallpaper at will. You can also see wallpapers already downloaded to your device in case you want to switch back later. It features a few extra functions for anyone who owns a Pixel, but otherwise it's a fairly simple little wallpaper app. For even more Android apps and games news, updates, deals, and releases, don't forget to check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below. There you'll find all kinds of interesting information that we didn't have time or space for here. If you'd like, you can use the form, which is in the written companion, which is also linked in the video description below, to sign up for this newsletter, and we'll send it out to you every single Sunday. Also, don't forget to check out the Android Authority app for even faster updates. And that about does it for this one, folks. If you want to keep watching, we have our video about Android Nougat 7.1 linked up there on the screen and in the video description below. Don't forget to check out that newsletter and keep it tuned to Android Authority, because we are your source for all things Android. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.